Vanakkam, this is Heart2Heart with Ungal RP. Maybe a couple of decades ago, we would have known people who have worked at the same job for decades. They would have had one skill and would have continued with that all through their careers. Example, typists, stenographers, etc. They would have done that from the start till the end of their careers. ஒரு விஷயத்தை கத்துக்கோ, அதை பெஸ்டா கத்துக்கோ. அப்பதான் அந்த விஷயத்துல நம்மள யாராலையும் பீட் பண்ண முடியாது அப்படிங்கறத கேட்டுருவோம். Or in other words, build to last, which means build to last the test of the time and stand for many years. But would that be applicable in today's scenario? While you also think probably not, let's dissect in the topic build to adapt. While build to last was applicable and right quite a few years back, we need to consider that the world was much slower than now. The innovation was much slower than what it is today. The competition wasn't this intense and the media wasn't this prominent. The access to knowledge and information was not this easy. So, that was a time if we probably had one skill, we could have just continued with that. Cut to today, with the things changing so rapidly, the principle of build to last is being seriously put to test. Now, have you noticed the contradiction that we as humans have? We are curious and adaptable, and yet we look for comfort zones where the daily routine is safe. Now, this is more evident as we encounter a complex digital world. What we actually need to do now is to develop our adaptive capabilities. What is the capability to adapt? It is the ability to adjust to your surroundings in a changing environment and system. There is always a natural tendency to resist change. But over the past centuries, we've been constantly adapting to the various changes, and this is imbibed into our DNA. Change causes instability and stress, but we need to firmly believe that this is only going to help us become better. Now, this optimism is the first step towards building ourselves to adapt. My friend once jokingly said there is a benefit in being a pessimist. Either you're correct or you're pleasantly surprised. Now, that's great to hear, but would you want to be one? Definitely not. If you're flexible and adaptable, it adds value to you as an individual, whether at workplace or in a social setting. Adaptability is a key leadership skill. And adaptability doesn't mean that, you accept life as it comes and you kind of move with the flow. No. Adaptability means you actually realize the change that is happening and you put in your best of your efforts to get the best out of it, which would in turn increase the happiness and satisfaction. When an unpleasant event happens or a major obstacle comes, we tend to fall down. But if we are adaptable, we can immediately get up and start running. Chandramukhiyoda 100th day showல நம்ம சூப்பர் ஸ்டார் ரஜினிகாந்த் ஒரு லைனை அழகா சொல்லுவாரு. நான் விழுந்தேன், ஆனா யானை இல்ல, குதிரை டக்குன்னு எழுந்து ஓடிடுவேன். Failure is not about falling down, but it is refusing to get up. And if you're adaptable, it will only help you get up faster and start running. Last decade, Bahubali was one of the landmark movies. அதுல part 1ல காலக்கேயர்களோட நடக்கிற சண்டையில பல்வான் தேவன் group will be able to choose all the best weapons for the battle. And Bahubali would be just left with those heavy boulders used to break the fort walls. Now the antagonist gang will be thinking, what would Bahubali do with just those heavy boulders? Bahubali is completely aware that he has limited resources and would be thinking how he has to adapt to help in the battle. And trust me, the claps and the whistles, which is amazing when they see that particular scene where Bahubali attaches the inflammable liquid coated curtains and tent cloths with those heavy boulders and covers the enemy before he sets them on fire. With your back on the wall and with limited resources, you can still give your best if you are built to adapt. Okay, ஒரு குட்டி ஸ்டோரி சொல்றேன். It's about the Choluteca Bridge. Choluteca is a 484-meter long bridge over the river Choluteca, Honduras, Central America, a notorious region known for storms and hurricanes. When a bridge was being planned to build, the primary consideration was to ensure that the bridge would be able to withstand extreme weather conditions. A Japanese firm was contracted, and the Japanese firm built a strong, solid bridge designed in such a way that the bridge can withstand all powerful forces of nature. When the bridge was open to the public view, everyone admired the new bridge. It was Choluteca's pride and joy. In October the same year, there was a hurricane. அடிச்ச புயல்ல பேஞ்ச மழையில it was flooded and devastated. All the bridges across the Choluteca River were completely washed away. The new bridge was intact, but the road leading to the bridge and leaving it were both completely swept away, leaving no traces that there was a road once existing. The flooding also caused the river Choluteca to change its course. A new channel was created, and the river was now flowing beside the bridge and not under the bridge. So, the bridge was intact, but it was standing over nothing and it was leading to nowhere. Though the bridge was built to last, it is useless now. While you keep thinking of the changing environment and what you need to do to adapt, I'm signing off. This is Ungal Heart2Heart.